Alright, hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope everyone's staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of building today, so no painting today, getting some building done. I've got a Start Collecting Fyreslayers box that I need to get built for a painting challenge later in the week, and so that's what we're going to be building tonight. Haven't ever properly painted Fyreslayers before. I've had a small Start Collecting box force before and sort of gave it away, and now I've got another one, and we're going to definitely actually get this one painted. So as a little bit of a celebration coming up to the 5th birthday of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, I'm going to be doing a painting challenge, which would be to paint that in 8 hours. So we need to get it built for that time. So why not start now and get it built? So just making sure my sound is working. If anyone can hear, let me know if the sound is working from wherever you're watching from, whether that be on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. Thanks for joining, most of all. The sound seems to be working, which is cool. Let's get cracking onto the building. If you're working on any hobby at all, let me know what you're working on, and yeah, be cool. So, time to get started. So, let's get started with this Start Collecting box. Now I'm pretty sure with like the magma drops that I'm going to be doing, we're going to be building the big boy on the magma drop. I'm going to be doing the rune file on the magma drop wire because that's the damn coolest. So says I'm live on Twitch, at least telling me it is. I'm watching myself on Twitch, Siren, so should be, hopefully. Yeah, I'm watching myself on Twitch, so hopefully it is working on Twitch. It's telling me I'm live over there. Yeah, it's telling me I'm live on Twitch, man. So hopefully that does sort itself out. Yeah, it's got everything telling me I'm live on there. So, and so it's telling us to build the magma dross first. So we'll probably lower the camera a little bit. You don't need to see all of my pretty face. Wherever you're watching from, though, thanks for joining. All that can go out of the way. I think we need these 2 screws here. I'm sorry about all that noise of bases just flying everywhere. I'm sure that's coming through on the microphone. Lovely for everyone. And so we need 3, 4, and 2. So there's 4. So 3, 4, and 2. So this is 4 here. Just yeah, my channel there should be. Yeah, I got 2 viewers. Everything seems to be live. It's not loading the chat for me though. So hopefully. Of course it just said. I've posted something in the Twitch chat, so hopefully that works, and hopefully you guys can see that. And if not, I might open up another window on this so I can see where the Twitch chat is. So give me a sec while I fix this. my channel. So it should be working. Hopefully. And people see me writing in the Twitch chat. Cool. I'm getting my own. Alright, cool. Twitch chat is working. That's the most important thing. Cool. Cool. I can see. Alright, cool. I don't need to have the second window open. Awesome. That's all sorted. Yeah, I can only just see this message. I think because I haven't opened it up yet. I missed your first few messages, so I apologize. I've got to sort out some of the stuff for the Twitch chat. Not Facebook. Well, the Facebook one's good though. It drags a lot of people onto the other one, so it has its use. Yeah, so we got piece number 4. If you are watching on Twitch, we're trying to get, or any platform, definitely go give us a follow on Twitch. We're trying to get up to 50 followers on Twitch. So that would be great if we can get there. So yeah, if you can help us get to 50 followers, that would be lovely on the Twitch. Alrighty. Cheers, Soren. I really appreciate it. Got a few followers on there already. Just slightly. I think that's a little bit better view. I gotta get my double cameras working. New computer doesn't like one of my cameras for some reason. So can't say I've got that flash on a computer at all. But so that is piece number 2. So 2, 4, and now I need 3. Where are you, number 3? There it is. So getting this dude all nice and built up. And cool. Got most of the glue. I almost panicked there going, oh, do I have enough glue or not? Just give me a sec. I'm just going to change something on my phone. And that should help that and keep my I'm pretty sure it's just my computer. I've got 2 Logitech cameras. One's just much older than the other, and it's just the older one. So I don't actually think you can probably buy it anymore. So as long as you're not buying something terribly old, I think you'll be fine. So just to start cleaning up these first bits. And yeah, if you're watching, let us know what hobby you're working on, if you're working on any, because that's always good to know. Share that stuff with us. Yeah, it sure does. I got this for less than a magma droth. And yeah, like I said, to anyone who's watching from some other platform, definitely jump over to Twitch and give us a follow on Twitch, because we're trying to hit 50 followers on Twitch. So wherever you're watching from, definitely jump in there. Yeah, that's in Australian. Alrighty. Let's get clear on the first bit. And so, like I said, with this, I'm probably going to be going. Well, I know I'm going to be going with the Rune Lord on Magmadroth. Not Rune Lord, Rune Father. That's the one. Where is it saying this fits? Probably helps if I put it in the right place. So last time I had a Fyreslayers start collecting, I actually got it already built when I owned it. So I've never actually built any of these models. It's a interesting sort of piece to put on. This is just putting together what I have later. Putting together the box for the challenge. Stream will be in a couple of days. So my Thursday into Friday will be the stream. Will be the hobby challenge stream. Cool. So first bit. And then I need number 1. Probably chuck this down so people can see what I'm actually doing. Alright, so we're just slowly getting this start collecting box all and done. Just started for anyone joining in for now. I haven't yet decided on the color scheme. It'll be probably based on what paints I own. So I'll go through. Does anyone have some? Are there any of the cool lodges? So generally, having a plan for this will be a big thing to actually be able to smash it out and get it done. So it's very likely I'll follow one of the GW color schemes for one of the particular lodges. So if there's any cool lodges that people like the schemes of, let me know, because I'll probably do one of them. Alright, so then we need 25, 26, 27. That's tempting. It's also tempting. There was the in what's it called? Spirit Shadows, 8 Limitations story, talking about like a Fyreslayer lodge that lived in a forest. So like doing them up all like greens and stuff would be quite cool. But nice. I've got the day off tomorrow, so that should be fun. Means I've got no particular time limit, although I am having to watch the kiddies tomorrow. So I do need to go to bed at a decent time. So hopefully we can get a decent, either get this finished or get a decent amount of this done tonight. And so the General's Handbook got announced last night, which is pretty cool. Be interesting, and it looks like realm artifacts are disappearing by the looks of it, which is like an interesting sort of thing. I've sort of made many a bold prediction that was going to happen for quite some time. Yeah, the realm artifacts. I mean, I've been pretty vocal in that I thought maybe they should disappear now that everyone's got their own battle tome. I don't know whether like they're going to disappear. But that one that got shown sort of showed like an alternate realm artifact. So I don't know whether that's like that is an alternate or it is like the thing. Well, that's the only one available. It'll be interesting to see what that actually is. Yeah, it will be interesting to see like what it does. How does this go together? So that sort of. All I can say is this is not going together fun. This particular part of the magma draft. There we go. Cool. All right, I've got it to go where I want it to eventually. That was not a fun little dry fit bit there. I don't particularly like that. Watch me not be able to get it to where it was. Alright, so that's the tail, or at least that part of the tail. And that just sort of slips on in here. Alright, so first bit of the magma draft done. Woohoo! So now I want 28. Yeah. Built 4 Fyreslayers. I do have the chosen axes as well, and I got the totally not endless spells, endless spells. I never really wanted like a massive army of these guys, but I'm willing to paint up a small force. That way we have them, especially for like the channel fight. I think I'm enjoying painting more now that I'm getting more variation in what I'm painting. All right. May need to just go turn my fan on. I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, maybe just coming along nicely. It's a pretty sweet model. So we need 30, 29, and 31. Here is number 30. Alright. And so yeah, I don't know what colour I should do my Magmadroth. Maybe if I do go for like the woodland Fyreslayer scheme, I might do my Magmadroth up in like almost like the old Wood Elf Forest Dragon. So like green and yellow sort of scheme on him. Might be a cool sort of colour scheme to do for him. And do like my Wood Slayers. I'm actually starting to like that idea. The more I start talking about it, the more I'm starting to like that idea. Which is pretty cool. So this piece goes together much easier than the last lot. And if you're watching whatever you're doing, let us know what you're working on as well. Bam. So 32, 33, 34. So this is just for a painting challenge at the moment, but it will probably end up turning into a whole army. The Fyreslayers eventually, probably much more narrative focused. Might do in the past story on the channel at some point, Chaos Spawn. So there's definitely that for a thought. Because tomorrow we're doing our first test run of battle reports. So should have a couple of 1,000 point battle reports hitting up the channel very shortly. They'll be very narrative focused, very narrative focused. Because that's what we want to do. That's what I play with my friends, and that's just like I want the games on the channel that we portray to be games that I play. So if it is tournament style games, it will be generally when we're looking to go to a tournament. So that's when you see tournament lists come on the channel. Because it'll be us playing with the lists we are planning to take to a tournament, probably against each other, or probably playing against, like, we'll make a net list. I might build up some of the net lists for the channel and potentially have them to play against and put through their paces and put our armies and our theories through the paces. But yeah, anyone who knows me knows I'm pretty heavily narrative focused. Oh wow, yeah, Bathed in Bile, Glotkin, wow, yeah. That is one huge model, and I honestly, he's on there as the list of models. Like, don't really have that big a noble force, but Glotkin's on that special list of models I want to paint, even if I never have that army. It's a fantastic model, I think. If I was to do a noble army, it would definitely center around Glotkin. I think because I've built and painted 5 Putrid Blight Kings that I had for Warhammer Quest. And if I went Nurgle, I probably would do like a Blight King heavy army. Immortals more than anything. I like Blight Kings. I don't mind the Blight Lords either. And yeah, if you are just joining us, please do go jump over and give us a follow on Twitch. We're trying to hit 50 followers on Twitch, which is pretty awesome. If we can hit that, that would be amazing. I know we've got plenty of followers on Facebook and YouTube, but if we can get some of those over onto Twitch, at least, even just leaving a follow and going and doing your own thing is more than helpful. Alrighty, so that's both legs. $35, $36. Alright, so getting another leg built. No, like, and that's completely fine. Like, if you're managing to get there, and if that's going to get you painting models, I think that's good enough at the end, isn't it? Really, like, painting is painting, man. I think you'll find like you enjoy like having that giant centerpiece painted, and then having all the models around him. Like, you'll want to paint the models around him because you want him to have his army. I think that'll work out in your favor. So what do I need? I need 35 and 36. Yeah, he's just such an awesome model. Like all those massive models for Age of Sigmar are just stunning. Doesn't even do them like justice, really. Like Glockin, I've got Marathi sitting over there for myself. Even like some of the smaller monsters, like the Thunder Tusker, I really enjoy painting. The one I've got built. I've got another 3 Thunder Tuskers that I need to get painted. But we might be doing like these build and paints. People seem to be enjoying watching me build and paint models, so we might be doing some more build and paints on the channel, Twitch, etc. I don't actually remember the last time I built models. Like it's been a while since I built and haven't painted. A long time since I built. Which is weird, like the fact I haven't built in so long. Oh, nice Gloomspite! I recently just painted up a 2K army of Gloomspite. I did a bit of a hobby bender, and like I think it was like 10 days, and I had a whole Gloomspite army, 2,000 points painted up in 10 days for Gloomspite. But that was something getting that done. I should hopefully have them all nice and painted. Sorry, not all nice and painted. I should have them on the gaming table tomorrow, and we should be recording some battle reports for the Gloomspite kits, hopefully. So I need 38 and 37. Oh, I can't really grab this piece well. That's 38. 37, where are you? On the other screw. What does he look like? Oh, he's the side toe. So we're talking about like how I should probably paint these guys up. Love it. You can probably go back and check out. There should be some hobby hangouts with them on thing, but we should have battle reports up hopefully soon with those dudes in them. 37. Where is this goddamn 37 piece? Oh, there it is. Found it. I must have looked at that piece like 20 times then to try and find it. Well, I can't wait till like my kids are old enough to do hobby with me. Like, just it doesn't even have to be Warhammer hobby. I can't wait till I can play a painting game or. Yeah, squigs are a bunch of fun to paint. Bathed in bile. I really did enjoy the 10 squig hoppers I've got in the army. They all had in the army, but I've got a bunch more squigs. I've got a Loon Curse box, which I should probably do a build and paint video for them over the coming weeks. Because I got Loon Curse and Feast of Bones both sitting there that need to be done. Almost lost my bit. That was lucky. Oh, that's another leg. Oh, the other leg must be something different. Alright, so it's telling me to attach all these legs now then. So... it's got a nice bit of a gap there. That's better. Cool. Yeah, OBR have some fantastic looking models. I want to do something like really different with them. And like sort of push myself. I was really leaning towards testing out the Ivory Host scheme, just because like I don't really have like a whitish or creamy sort of coloured army, and so I thought that might be something interesting and different to paint up. Why can I line it up when I'm not trying to glue it, and then as soon as I want to put glue, as soon as I put glue down, I can't line it up again? You've got to be kidding me on like how this is. I literally lined it up, and now I can't line it back up again. That's because did I just pick up the wrong leg? I did. I put. Oh dear. So I must have picked up and put down the wrong piece. I wonder why it wasn't lining up anywhere I wanted it to. Because I picked up the wrong, put down one leg and picked up the other leg. I can absolutely know. If any faction, so Chaos Spawn, if any faction or race from lore were to be made by GW, what would you choose? Right. I mean, I'd want a full-on Scourge Privateers army. Like, give me those pirates, give me all the weird, wacky monsters that they hunt in the oceans and stuff. No, that's the obvious answer, I think, isn't it? Something else like I was a big fan of the Female. I'd love to see Female fully fleshed out as a full army. I think it'd be really cool. All right. 10, 13, 12. That's 12. Oh, Bongo Studios, BC Chaos Army. I was painting BC Chaos last night on here, on stream. Where are we? See my Beasts of Chaos, my Dark Walkers. I was working on getting the base done for my Dragon Ogre show. Bring back Wanderers. I'm a massive Wanderers fan. So yes, I would love to see Wanderers come back. However, I will settle for the Kernothi. I do have a Warhammer Underworlds. I've got to get the whole set painted. So. But yeah, Wanderers would be a great one. And hello, by the way, Kyle. Whew. So yeah. Actually, like that answers the question. Like, I'd love to see Kernothi get a full release. Those models that came out, and I think I'm not the only one in that. Like when those models got revealed, the fact like a group went in, the group exploded with members. I think Kernothi definitely have a want, and if they weren't making a Kernothi army, I'm pretty sure they would be now, just judging on how well they were received. Yeah, so slowly getting all these Fyreslayers built. Or getting the Magmadroth built at least anyway. I think the troops would go together a lot quicker than this Magmadroth. 7 and 5 are what I need next. I've seen 7 before. There's 7. And piece number 5, what is that? It's like a neck piece or something. There it is. Awesome. Do have a bunch of Wanderer stuff that I should get painted. Like it's some old fancy models like Warhawk Riders and War Dancers, and I should be getting some off someone. soon because things have sorted themselves out, and I should have some disposable funds to throw at someone now, so that person knows who they are. Suffice to say, if you accidentally send things to a wrong email on PayPal, it takes a lot to get stuff back. We'll leave with that. I think that's the way to put it. Make sure you put in your emails on PayPal very correctly. Because there's a reason why when you go make an email that you can't choose 50 million of them. Conversions. I'm pretty much I'm a very basic person when it comes to models. I don't actually do a lot of converting. I will say that. Building is probably my least favorite out of, I guess, the three main pillars of the hobby in building, painting, playing. Building is definitely bottom. Like the other two are vastly more enjoyable for me. So converting as a byproduct, it's limited in the amount of enjoyment I get out of it. I don't think I've ever had anything like majorly fail in converting, mainly because I've never tried anything too ambitious. I'm currently slowly putting together converting my old Glade Riders up into Fyreslayers for Cities of Sigmar, which would be a cool thing when they're done. But yeah. Conversions, and like other main conversions I've done, I used to convert a lot more in fantasy, mainly because the game needed it. Like there were different unit options you couldn't get models for us, No worries, Bait and Bile. I'll catch you again soon. I should be having plenty more hobby streams on the channel, so definitely do come and join in when they're on. They usually be on around this time. So definitely be doing more of them. But thanks for watching, man, and thanks for coming along. Much appreciated. Also, like last thing, if you do hop off Botable, in the link there'll be a link to the Discord server. If you're not already in that, jump in the Discord, and you can chat hobby and share your hobby in there. I'd love to see your Glockin as you paint him up. Apologies for cracking sound on the thing. I'm opening a can of energy drink to get me through this. And you know what? The other big conversion project I spent time on was I had a Space Marine chapter that I was doing called Jaguar Warriors, which were, as you would expect by the name, Aztec themed. So I was converting with Lisbon bits and stuff like that. And that turned out pretty okay. Like I look back on them, and some of them are pretty cool. But I can't say I've had any conversion nightmares, mainly because I just haven't done enough to get nightmares from them. 19, 18, 16. What is 16? Oh, sorry, no, 18. 18 is one of the fins. Here it is. But yeah, so it's been a good bit of while since I've done any proper converting. I do need to finish up those pistoliers I was talking about though. They need to get finished. They're sitting in a box with all the bits and pieces everywhere. So maybe I'll jump on a hobby stream and I'll do them. Definitely want to get back into like doing just the topical talk sort of stuff, like the podcast stuff I was doing. I want to start like the narrative wargaming podcast and all that again. But yeah, definitely want to get like into the narrative wargaming, like start doing my topical chat and podcast stuff again. I think I found like more than anything of how much I enjoy doing like all this hobby streaming and stuff like that over the time of like COVID, like because it became all I could do at those sort of times. $17 and $15. Oh, I guess the neck and cracking. And yeah, people are chucking up questions in the Twitch chat if you're on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, wherever you are. Chuck up questions like anything hobby related. Don't mind what it is. I'll take a stab at answering and yeah, giving my thoughts or my opinions, etc. I enjoy talking a lot of crap. No way around it. No other way to say it. And I enjoy talking Warhammer. Don't forget, whatever platform you're watching on, leave a like, a follow, subscribe, etc. All of that helps immensely. Oops. Oh, I love pieces that go together like this. If I had to kill off a major character, who would it be and why? Alrighty. So, major character. Marvarian, I've building the Magma Droth. I'm an hour in and I'm still building the Magma Droth. Taking my time chatting and having fun. It's not exactly the funnest kit I've ever built. There's a lot of like weird parts, especially like this bit here. It has my most hated bit is that you can't keep building it or it gets really hard because two bottom bits sort of sit together like this and then the two top bits sit together like that, and you've got to sort of put the four bits together if you want to like build it faster, if that makes sense. It's not particularly great for building something fast. 1411. Turns out I only need to build one of these parts. We'll see what I like the look of in the end. But yeah, going over onto the Twitch, and yeah, anyone who's jumping in on YouTube or Facebook, definitely in the description of the video, you'll find a link to our Twitch. Go give us a follow. Even just that helps. We're trying to hit 50 followers on Twitch, and so if we can get there, that would be amazing. And would mean all you guys are awesome. I mean, you're already awesome, but you'd be more awesome for helping get us there. So 1411. But going to Chaos Spawns question over on Twitch, if you had to kill off a major character, who would you kill off and why? I'm going to have certain people hate me for this one. Nagash. Why? So Nagash is overarching. Nagash is all-reaching. He's the only Grand Alliance that doesn't have any sort of independence because everything follows Nagash. And I get that's Death's idea, but I think Death would be cooler if all the others had much more free reign and there wasn't this this perfect alliance of everyone bowing down to Nagash. You know, Order is not Sigmar's domain. Like Marathi, Teclis, Alariel, they all do their own thing. And at the end of the day, if they don't like what Sigmar's doing, they'll tell Sigmar to go get stuffed. There isn't any of that. Like even chaos, like many disagree with Archaon, and many do not swear fealty to Archaon, especially many of the greater daemons. I think Nagash, I think and he doesn't have to be dead; he just has to be gone for a while. I think death could be much more interesting if Nagash disappeared. But yeah, there's my hot take, is that Nagash can die and the world moves on. But yeah, and he doesn't have to be dead permanently. But I think death could offer so much more if they weren't under just this. Like, at the end of the day, Nagash is in charge of death. That, like, you can do whatever you want, but like the Mortarks fending for themselves is a cool idea, and like you even got like stories out there with that. The start of, I can't remember. I think it's the first like book where you see like what Manfred's up to before he realizes Nagash is back. Oh shit. But yeah, I think this is my hot take. All right, and then the alternate question from Chaos Spawn. If you could bring back an old world character in AOS, if you could bring back an old world character into AOS, who would it be and why? Now, my first option would be Orion, because my son's named after Orion. But we know that Orion pretty much became Kurnoth in Warhammer Fantasy, which is now Kurnos. And so, Orion already exists in, as far as I'm concerned. Like, Kurnoth is pretty much the spiritual successor to Orion, so we won't go with that one. That's boring. So you've got the two head options here. So you got like this head option where it sort of looks slightly sideways, or you've got this neck option where it looks sort of straightforward, pretty much straightforward. I think I'm going to go for the one that looks sideways. It's definitely got that bit more sort of life in it to me, like looking over this way. So going back, to answer to Chaos Spawn's question, because Orion is, I believe, already in there. I'm going to go with another Wood Elf character of old, and I'm going to go the Sister of Twilight, Arahan and Nestra, because I think that whole story of two weird twins just has something cool to tell in an AOS setting. And we never actually we never actually got an answer as to what happened to them in the end times. Like they didn't actually appear at all in the end times. I could replay. Ooh. Current AOS army. Which one? I would give up Iron Jaws because I honestly am not an orc person and I don't care for orcs very much. So yeah, Tom Megan's question in YouTube is, if you had to replace one of the current armies with discontinued one, what would you replace with? So I would give up Iron Jaws mainly because I don't care much for orcs. Orcs aren't my thing at all in any way. So I lose nothing with that, to me. I might be a little bit sad to see the Maw Crusher go, but that's honestly about it. But to bring something back, if I could bring something back and put it into Age of Sigmar, it would be the Zombie Pirates of the Vampire Coast. Like, I loved Luther Harkin, I loved the Lustry campaign and all that he got to take part in. And sorry, Chaos Spawn, I know you do love your Iron Jaws, but orcs just aren't my thing. And like, if I have to give one up, I don't much personally lose anything. Yeah. My personal thing is I lose nothing with orcs disappearing. I don't care for them. I'd be sad to see probably the Battle Cabbage go in the Maw Crusher, but besides that, I honestly don't have much attachment to them. So and I get that orcs belong in the universe. Yeah, like I'd love to see Vampire Coast like be a full army. Like looking at the stuff that's in Total War with them and stuff like that, I really would love to see that as an army. And yeah, Death probably could use like a shooting heavy army. I mean, like OBR are sort of shooting if you build particular builds. It'd be I was a bit disappointed when OBR did not have archers. But on the contrary, I'm happy there's not many shooting armies in the game. Like the game is supposed to be about combat, so I like the fact there are more combat armies than there are shooting armies in the game. or at least they were until like every release this year is a shooting army. KO, Zinch, Seraphon, Lumineth. I'm sure the Sons of Behemoth will have some sort of shooting attack that'll make them broken, not broken, but strong in shooting and be able to be a shooting army. Like, that'd be hilarious if the Giants could be a shooting army. Used to remember playing against Cleader a lot. One of my mates had Tomb Kings and used to run like Cleader and the Archers. And then the terrible thing would happen where I'd break one of his skeleton units with my Wild Riders charging and then go straight into his general turn one. And that did not end well. Giants just spitting at the people as a ranged attack or throwing boulders. They have a chance of doing what Sigor does, but actually, well, yeah, poor Sigor. He's a fantastic model, and I do want to get like a Sigor, just because he's such a cool looking model. He's just absolutely terrible. And we'll get 20. Yeah, like there's the issues though with like always interacting, like moving your opponent's models and stuff like that is always interesting. Like the Lumineth are going to cause headaches with that stuff at the moment. We're excited for the Gargants though, because I am definitely doing an outcast card. The Sons of Behemoth army. It would be lovely. Like it would be interesting to see like an army that's able to pick up enemy models and throw them around the table. I look forward to the Sons of Behemoth. They're going to really change up the game. Love that. Roll a doom wheel like a bowling ball. It's Speaking of that, there's a model I've got that Skaven will probably be on the horizon for something to do soon. I said before, they were my first army way back when, so I feel like I probably owe Skaven something. I don't think that's going to be an issue, like, in all honesty, because they're going to be like so expensive. They're going to be super expensive. Gargants have always been that way in Warhammer. Like, they've always been mercs. Everyone's always been able to take them. Like, the thing back to fantasy. Option between a couple of head crests here. Definitely going the bigger one because, as I said, I'm going to build the Rune Father on my Magma Droth. So if you look closely enough, my variant, you'll see most armies. That is my frigate and my gun hauler. I've got another frigate over there. I've got up the top there's some Archnaut painted. I got about 3,500 points of KO that I need to get painted at some point. Yeah, and like it's very particular in like the end times. Like Alariel did pick up Orion's ashes, and she carries this spear. She's got the Spear of Kurnos. KO are fun. Like there's a lot of detail in the models, and there's like no joke about that. But you can also do quite simple paint jobs and make them look really good with simple paint jobs as well. Spraying them silver and stuff like that. I've chosen. In fact, give me a sec. I'll grab one down, and I should be able to show what I've done. So I did Barrack Zon, which is like the worst Skyport competitively. So there are blue and red with some gold and silver. And that's who I've done. But yeah. Oh. All right. $48, $45. There's $45 there. KO an interesting one. Like I play against KO a lot. I play against KO a lot. My good mate is arguably one of the best KO players in the world, in Alexander Kron. He almost won a massive tournament called CanCon over here in Australia with KO. And yeah, I play against him quite a lot. But yeah, I find like they win big or lose big, and their shooting can be quite impressive at times. You have to play differently when you play against KO. Like they don't play like a normal army. In Chaos Spawn, like in my head canon, what accents the different factions have. I like once upon a time in fantasy, factions did have different accents. For me, AOS, it's more where they grow up. It depends on the accent, like rather than the actual race. So like we know that like accents from actually, or at least the Flamescar Peninsula, are very African like sounding. They've got those that real African sort of accent. You get it from like the characters that we've seen in. Yeah, and that, like Tom, like you're pretty much correct. Like shooting is uninteractive. You have to play a very different game when you're playing KO. Your opponent is playing a different game effectively, and you have to as well. The big thing when I find playing against KO is I have to give them lots of targets because generally they have to focus fire and to kill something. If they spread their fire too thin, you will punish them. Because it doesn't take much to get into KO to take them off the table. I think British accents. I think like very proper, well-spoken accents. So like your London accent. of England is probably Azir. All very well spoken nobles. That real posh London sort of sound. The Queen's English, as you would. Yeah, and that's the thing, like your chat screens, like if they actually get in combat with KO, if your chat screens get in combat with KO, they'll probably actually beat the KO in combat. There are very few KO units that can actually take a punch, and even then, none of them can take a punch well. Even their dedicated combat units, if you hit them before they hit you, they're going to feel getting hit. $46 and $47. 49. So what you'd be from like around. I'm using my knowledge of football to take me around England. South is like Brighton and Hove. If I'm correct, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's south, isn't it? Brighton and Hove are like south, aren't they? It's funny how I passed geography in school was my complete knowledge of which countries don't like each other football wise. Plymouth. Not as good with the lower league teams because I know what is it? Plymouth Argyle is the lower league team. Devon. See, I know Cornwall and I know Devon. Is Living City better than Sylvaneth? Most things are better than Sylvaneth, I think. I did have a cool list up on the channel, like when I trying to take 3 Tree Lords in a Living City list and sort of I can't follow the lower leagues as much over here. All I get is Championship and Premier League. I don't actually. I think I get League One. I barely see League Two on over here. I do love playing FIFA though with all the lower league clubs. My favorite thing to do on FIFA, speaking of like all the lower league clubs, is grab the most terrible team in England and try and make them Premier League champions. And that is a task. Because no one wants to come to your club. Completely off topic there. Favorite AOS books or audio books? Well, Realm Slayer definitely has to be number one. That is simply the best thing I think Black Library have ever produced, ever in Warhammer Fantasy 40k AOS anything. Give me one sec. So this and this goes on here somehow. And other like good picks, Play Garden I really liked. I like Black Talon First Mark as well. Tainted Heart and Heart of Winter and Callous and Toll and City of Secrets would all be good shouts, I think. Right, so how is this going? Oh, okay, that's what it does. Cool. It goes on a very different way to what I was trying to put it on. And I do like the Fabius Bar model. Fabius Bar was definitely one of my favorite sort of characters that was in the Horus Heresy. Big Horus Heresy fan. Actually planning on starting to look into getting some 30k stuff. I think for tonight we're just going to build the Magma Droth. This has taken me a lot longer to build this Magma Droth than I first thought. So we're going to build the Magma Droth, get him done, and then we'll build the rest probably tomorrow night. Because I do have to get some sleep tonight, looking after the bubbers tomorrow and recording some battle reports. That'd be pretty cool. I'm getting back into 40k myself. I'm going to give the new edition a shot. Best time to get into one of the Games Workshop's game without the edition change. So, especially 40k just became so bloated and such a barrier of entry. So. There we have him, the Magma Droth. Now we're just going to build the dude. We might leave him at that and just let him do, because the dude, I'm not going to stick on him now anyway. We're going to paint all that separately. So we're going to leave that there for the night. And to everyone, thank you for coming and watching and hanging out and doing some hobby with me tonight. These have been great the past few days. It's been really enjoyable having people come chat. And you've all spurred me on to continue doing more of these because this has been a bunch of fun. So I'm getting hobby done. People seem to be enjoying watching me. Do some hobby and chat some hobby. So we'll be doing more of these. But thank you everyone for watching tonight. Don't forget to leave a like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff wherever you are, and whatever you're watching on, especially if you could. In the description, you should be able to find a link to the Twitch and go give us a follow on Twitch. We're trying to hit 50 followers on Twitch, which would be amazing if we can hit that. And a special thanks to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. You guys are amazing. And hopefully we should have some better reports out to really start giving back to those people who have supported the channel so far. And if you don't support on Patreon, you guys are still amazing. You still help 100% all the time. Just being here, chatting hobby and doing things, liking the videos, watching some videos and all that sort of stuff makes doing all of this well worth it. But enough rambling from me. It's been a good week, good past few days of hobby, and I really appreciated everyone just jumping on and chatting. So I'll see you again real soon. Thanks everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all,